Hello students, standard 6th. Now the exams are going on from the 4th and from the chapter number 13 there will be a question in section D. So let us revise about this chapter. Now what is the name of the chapter? Fun with magnets. We already learned about it that magnet was found by a shepherd in the Greece. The region was Magnesia and his name was Magnus. When he was grazing his sheep, then he was keeping that wooden stick with a metallic cap on it, and once it was stuck on the rock, and then by this way the first magnet was found, which is also known as natural magnet or magnetite. So there are two types of magnets. Natural magnet, that available from the nature, from the rocks, which is also known as magnetite, and others are the artificial magnets. Artificial magnets, we already know about it, that they are of different shapes, like the cylindrical, which is in the form of like a rod. Other one is the rectangular, which is known as bar magnet. Then the U-shaped horseshoe magnet, then ball magnets, and then magnetic needle, which is used in the compass, etc. So there are the different type of artificial magnets. You have to practice the figure of that magnet also. So now magnet, what are the magnets? Those who can have the power to attract the magnetic materials like iron, nickel and cobalt. So what is magnetic materials? The materials that can be attracted by metal, I mean attracted by the magnet, are known as magnetic materials. Because magnet cannot attract all types of materials, only certain type of materials, and those materials are known as magnetic materials. Now magnet can attract iron, nickel and cobalt. So these three metals, iron, cobalt and nickel, are the magnetic materials, and others are the non-magnetic materials. Then we saw that any type of magnet, when you put it in the iron dust or iron fillings, and then you pick up, then you will see that only at the both ends the magnetic material will be attracted in much amount, but in the middle portion it will be little only. It means that the magnet has more power at its both ends, and that both ends of a magnet are known as its poles. So a magnet has two poles, any type of magnet, doesn't matter which shaped magnet, artificial magnet or a natural magnet. All magnets have two poles, and the poles are North Pole and South Pole. Generally, when you buy the artificial magnets from the market, then N and S are already marked on its both ends. N is the North Pole, S is the South Pole. Now the question is, how can we decide if it is not marked? Suppose the markings are gone off by frequent use, then N and S, that is written on the magnet but it is gone. Now you want to decide which is North Pole and which is the South Pole. Then there is an activity by which we can say how to decide North or South Pole. For that, you have to take a bar magnet which is not marked, and then you need a piece of thread. Now you have to suspend it with a rigid thing and allow it to move freely. You can take a wooden stand also, and on the stand also you can hang that with the use of thread like this. So now the bar magnet you have to tie it from the middle from the thread and let it hang from a stand or from your wall anywhere, from the ceiling. Now allow it to come to rest. Make sure that wind is not blowing, otherwise it will keep moving. So when it comes to the rest, then it has a property that it will always come at rest in north-south direction only. The end which is coming at rest on the north direction, you know the directions. So the end of that magnet which come at rest in the north direction is its North Pole, and the opposite one which will come at rest in the south direction is its South Pole. So now you can mark N on the north side and the S on the South Pole, and by this way we can mark the poles if they are not marked. So that is an activity you can still write down step by step. How can we decide the north and south pole of the magnets? Now we can have that interaction between interaction between poles. Now if you take two magnets, now when we bring its like poles together, like poles means either N north pole of one magnet to the north pole of the other magnet, or south pole of one magnet to near to the south pole of the other magnet, and watch what it can. So you can do this activity also. Hang a magnet, bar magnet like this, and take another bar magnet, and you know that here N and S will be written. So now take north pole of another magnet by the near to north pole of the magnet which is hanged. Then you will see that this bar magnet will go away, means it will repel. Similarly, if you bring that south pole of the other magnet by near the south pole of the bar magnet that is hanged, then also it will repel. It means that the like poles of the two different magnets will repel each other. Now do the opposite thing. Bring the north pole of magnet in your hand by the south pole of that hand. Then you will see that they will attract each other. Similarly, if you do the reverse, S to the north pole also, so we can have the two types of interaction between the different poles, like poles repel each other and unlike poles will attract each other. So that are the interaction between the different poles of the magnet. Now, what are the properties of a magnet? Right? Properties of magnet. Properties means what are the belongings or the some characteristics that is shown by the magnet. First thing, magnet can attract the magnetic materials like iron, nickel and cobalt. Second thing, each type of magnet has two poles, north pole and south pole. Third property, like poles of the different magnets repel each other and unlike poles will attract each other. And fourth is that the magnetism can be destroyed while we hammering it or hitting it at a high temperature or banging it with so many times. So these are the properties of the magnet. So you can write down any 2 or 3 according to the situation, according to the marks. Then, so these are the properties of a magnet. Now, another thing is explain how to make a magnet from strip of iron. So, if you have a piece of iron and if you want to make a magnet from the piece of iron, then you can easily make by that activity, and then you can check whether it is same like the bar magnet that you have. For that, what do you need? You need a bar magnet and that piece of iron, nothing more, only a piece of iron that you want to make it. It is a normal piece of iron, and you need another bar magnet which is already available in market. So now what we have to do, we have to take a magnet, bar magnet, and hold it like like north pole on the one side of magnet, on the iron strip. Then what we have to do, we have to slide it over it. You have to rub it on the one direction, and then from here you have to lift it and again put it back to the original position and do like that. Rub it, hold it, rub it, lift it and put it, rub it, lift it and put it. You have to repeat it up to 20 or 25 times and check if had the power to attract the magnetic materials, like take the small nails or the paper clips, metal clips, etc. If it is not attracting, then you can do some more times. What we have to do, as I told you, that you take a piece of iron. Suppose this is the piece of iron and this is the magnet. What we have to do is to put any pole, either north or south pole. Suppose this is my north pole. Then what will I do? I put the north pole here, rub it, hold it and put it in the same direction again. You have to do it 20 to 25 times like that. Don't change the direction. Don't do like that or that or that like that. Only one direction. If you start from this side, then pick it up. Pick it up. Don't do like that. That. Don't do unnecessarily. Only one direction, and then after 25 to 30 times or 40 times, then you will check that whether it is attracting the magnetic material. Then you also can mark its poles also. How? Same thing that we did. We have to hang that that piece of iron which is made in the form of magnet. Then it will also come to rest in north-south direction. So whatever end is in the north direction will be the north pole of that magnet, and the opposite other side will be the south pole of the bar magnet. Similarly, there is another question is can be that explain about magnetic compass. Magnetic compass is used to show the direction, to decide the directions, because at some places it is not easier to decide the direction with the help of sun or moon or other things. In this situation, especially in the between the sea and in the air, then in the ancient time also people used to take the magnet with them and they used to hang them, and they, when it is steady, they will deciding the directions north, south and other according to it, east and west and so on. But then the magnetic compass was discovered. In magnetic compass, a magnetic needle magnet is used, which is pivoted on an axle so that it can rotate freely. And this situation, this arrangement is done in either the glass or the wooden cabinet with the surface glass or plastic so it is visible. And in the middle the dial is marked with the directions north, south, east, west, etc. Now the needle is also colored into different colors with north and south pole. Now what we have to do, how can we decide the direction? So in that what we have to do, we have to rotate the, first we have to put it horizontally and then rotate it such that for example it is like that. Now the north, east, west, north, south is written on it. Now we have to rotate the magnetic compass and such that the north pole of the magnet that is written will coincide with the north written on the dial. When they will coincide, then that direction is the north direction, opposite the south direction, that is the east direction, that is the west direction and other directions. So here this magnetic compass is very useful in the situation where the normally we cannot, sometimes it is very cloudy, sometimes there is no moon, no stars. In this situation, if we want to check the directions, then this compass, magnetic compass is very useful. So these are the main things that we have to remember, and the others also we already explained when we had the chapter. So here we are going to finish the session. You will write down the answers of these questions on your own. Thank you very much.